Hi, everybody. My name is Brad Miller, Presidential Director with Optavia, and I want to congratulate you on watching this video about the power of consistency and planting seeds. First, again, I want to congratulate you for watching this, but also for being interested in growing your business, planting lots of seeds, and desiring to be consistent. This video actually came from an idea that we've been utilizing for years to help us grow our business, to make changes in the world. But it was actually a recent training where a lot of people had some ahas on this. And I can tell you truthfully from coaching for the last 10 years, how this has been the true layout for anyone that's grown a thriving Optavia business. And once you kind of see how it all comes together, like how Dr. A explains the whole idea of creating optimal health, it makes so much sense. So I want to encourage you to grab a notepad, take notes. The idea is going to be simple, but I can promise you if you do these steps, you will see results in your business, people getting healthy, and your business moving forward. It just comes down to doing the work. So what I want to share with you today is the power of consistency and planting seeds daily. What can it build over time? How simple is it to do? And just like Dr. A teaches us in the Habits of Health, if you can do something consistently one day at a time and not miss one day, that's how you build habit, that's how you build repetition, and that's how you make an impact in any area of your life. So what I want to dive into here is wherever you're at, this is how momentum is built and how lots of lives and a wave of health is created. First, you want to fill your funnel. The bigger impact you can make, the more people you can get in your health radar, the bigger impact you're going to make. The more people you're going to have getting healthy, the more people you're going to have spreading their health and what people see to them getting healthy, and the more it interconnects your community. There is power in momentum, and as far as it comes along, there is a coach probably in every 5 clients. Maybe they don't just automatically sign up, but if you have your watch eyes on, you're going to notice that that's the case. And all it is about consistently bringing people on, cheering them on to their goals, going through the systems of creating health and helping them take their next steps. And the big goal is if you can fill your funnel, if you can add gasoline to the fire, if you know the right things to do, adding momentum over time is a big key characteristic of it. If you're a newer coach and you're moving to executive director, filling that funnel will do it at that stage. If you're already executive director, getting your front qualified volume nice and high, serving a lot of people, above 8,000, above 10,000, about 30 clients or more, and then beyond, is what creates a big flow of filling your funnel. So when we talk about filling your funnel, this is one of the key things that creates momentum in a business and makes a big difference over time. But what I want to come to you today is and paint a picture of, because I think once you watch this, everyone can agree that, wow, I can do this. I can see how this plays a role, and all I need to do is be consistent. What I love about this is I've helped so many people with the Optavia system of doing this. People that literally have like almost no friends on Facebook. People that claim to have no spheres of influence. But if you can show up, serve, bring value, and most of all, stay consistent, this is what we see. So this is based off of a training that we did this last Saturday. And I'm going to go over it leading into the new year. But this is applicable at any time of the year. It just starts once you make the decision to build consistency in your business. There's a time when we buy a coach kit and decide to help others get healthy. And then there's a time that we decide that we're going to go all in and be consistent in our business. And if you are there, this is the outline that I want to encourage you guys that you will see if you can remain consistent over time. I usually joke about this, but once people start doing this, I always get the, oh my gosh, I've been trying this. I've been doing the steps and it's working. And people are all surprised about it, cracks me up every time, because if you do the steps, it's going to work. You might get better results and get a few more people that say yes up front, or it might take a little bit longer, but either way, people will say yes to health because people are looking for health. 2/3 of the population is overweight or obese, and the other third don't want to be, and they want to thrive in their life. So 100% of the population wants to be healthier, wealthier, and happier. So everyone is a constant fit, and you can shine your light like a lighthouse, and you can do it consistently, and you can reach out and create those connections with people, you're going to see this over time. So what I'm going to share with you is if you can focus on planting seeds daily, on doing something that makes a connection with people that you want to serve, if you can post about health, I'm not going to get into the specifics on this training, but if you can show up and do this consistently and live out loud, This is what you can see over time. And it all comes down to, are you making the seed, or are you planting the seeds daily? Because what I can tell you, and if anyone's watching this that's been a coach for a long time, you know you can look back and see what your current results are, and you can base it like a report card of how your last 2 to 3 months have been. So let's just point it today that if you are a new coach that came into convention, that you're on the training series that we currently are in, but this could be applicable to anyone anytime, what can happen with the power of consistency, messaging people daily, bringing value, and sharing on social media and out in person? Let's say you start with just 3 to 5 conversations, 3 posts a day. Let's not even get specific on this, and adding friends and growing your social media. If you do these steps daily, people, guys, if you're a newer coach, there are people that are literally crying themselves to sleep at night looking for this. They will throw their credit cards at you. Some of them will take 5 to 12 touches before they recognize that this is something that they want to reach out and do. Your pursuit and your open of dialogue with them as you live your health out loud will only increase the amount of people that will reach out. You're going to have your people that chase you down. You're going to have the people that come to you after like a few posts. You're going to have the few people that you drip on a few times and they come to you. And then you're going to have the people that you dripped on for years. And because of something you did 3 years ago, they're going to come in. But I promise you, the power of consistency is what makes a difference. So let's kind of go through here and what you can do if you go all in and put the time blocks in to do this for the next 6 months. Let's say we start in August and you really focus on planting seeds. You're going to start probably in the vicinity of 4 clients. Those people are just going to come from your messages that you're planning right now, from the people you're reaching out to and the purpose you're doing every single day. Some of those conversations, just by being consistent, no more that you do, will show up in September. Just by being consistent. If you do not go away, if you keep doing the steps, some of the conversations, some of the posts, some of the reach outs you do now in August will show up in September. And trust me, September is a huge month for this as people are getting back into routine. If they know that you're someone that has gotten healthy and is someone that gets people healthy, they'll know to reach out to you, especially if you're doing a great job of staying in communication with them. October, definitely you will see people that want to get started from those conversations in August if you can stay consistent in those daily actions. November, you're going to see people just from this. Like maybe it's not as many because of the seeds you planted, but because you stayed consistent, you're going to see people coming on. Also in December, and then again, there's going to be more people that come on in January, but just from your conversations in August, there are people that are going to say yes and your consistency in the month of January. And I want to show you how this builds over time. It is the power of being consistent. And I was going to talk about this later in the training, but one thing I want to say here is our minds usually default to November, December not being great months. And I can tell you that there is no bad month that if you're doing these steps. I've seen people have their biggest months in November, December, June, people that say that people are off on summer vacation, because if you plant the seeds, it works. The only time that it's low is because sometimes we take our foot off the gas pedal, and we're not planting as many seeds because we're going to see that report. It doesn't matter what time of year, people are looking for help. And I will tell you, also, if you're in that category, again, our mind's going to follow where our mind goes. Our action's going to follow where our mind goes. And I can tell you that more people actually want to make that change through the holidays. They won't want to gain the weight. They don't want, because again, we're not a diet, we're an optimal health program. I can tell you that the holidays is actually some of the time that you will gain the strongest connection with your clients or start the most people, because they don't want to go to the next event at their unhealthy state. They're ready to make a change. They don't want to wait to the new year. If I could go back the last 10 years and tell you how many people have decided to start before Thanksgiving, and I've had the conversation with them of like, are you sure you don't want to start after Thanksgiving? They're so dialed in with their why. They're like, Thanksgiving is just another day. Why would I put off health for one more day? So that's just one thing I want to encourage you. This is just August. And if you can create the consistency into September, that's where you're really going to see the momentum, because momentum builds on consistency if you can do the daily action. So starting more conversations in September, you're going to have your next people that sign up immediately. Those are what's going to happen. If you can focus on 4 to 5 people a month, it's extremely doable. Then just from the conversations you do in September, you're going to see people get started in October if you continue to remain consistent. People will get started in November from those conversations, then December, and then January. And I want to tell you guys, the consistency builds in this January and February. If you can, that's usually our explosion months. We really don't have any monumental times or low times in Optavia. But if you can remain consistent at a time where most people are looking to start a diet, they're going to come to find you because they know that you have something more than just the diet that they want to start at the start of the year. So this all builds on moving into January. So let's talk about October. If you can remain consistent, this is where most people start dialing it down a little bit because they're starting to see results. They're starting to get a little bit comfortable. They haven't made that daily decision to be consistent on these steps. So if you can focus on turning up the heat when things are going good, then you're going to notice that momentum effect that I was talking about earlier. You're going to see people get started in October from your post. You're going to see people November reach out because of your consistency. You're going to see people reach out in December because they can't wait any longer because they've been watching you for the last 4 months. And you're going to see people in January come back or choose to get started or choose to pay it forward because of the steps you've taken this month. I think you guys are kind of getting the flow of it. I hope you guys are really like, wow, the biggest difference is, can I be consistent over time? That's the biggest deal. I'm sure you guys are probably thinking back to how you started your journey. Maybe you think about the first time you reached out to your health coach, but what I would encourage you to think about is, how many times were you aware, or maybe even subconsciously aware, of them planting seeds by them changing their health and living it out loud? So in November, you're going to have people start from this time and your consistency. December, January, so easy. Like the only issue is, are you going to stay consistent enough? And then obviously it continually rolls on. December, as people are starting the new year, as people are getting past Christmas and thinking about their health, here's actually another stat. Most people decide what they're going to do for a New Year's resolution diet on the 13th of December. So you think a New Year's business is built in January, February, March, but really, truthfully, most people have made their decision by December 13th. Have you been consistent at this time, and will they be reaching out to you? So then January comes, and then you can see the momentum effect that can happen. These are all different seeds that sprouted at different times because of months that you were consistent over time. So that's the big thing I want to encourage you today. Do you see how it kind of all plays a role? Maybe you can think back to your health or anything else that you have in your life where it's like you didn't see the results of it right away, but momentum started to build right as you busted through the time where you were going to think about not being consistent. This is what I would encourage for you. If you can stay on this trajectory and stay consistent, not only will you see the results, but for those of you that see the results, can you continue to stay consistent and see the elevation gain as you move forward? People that you see moving past executive director, on to Big Thinkers Club, on to FIBC, and then integrated national, global, and presidential. All they do is they stay more consistent in these steps more often. So hopefully this paints a picture for you, because looking back on the last 10 years, I will say that this is exactly what I've seen. You're either going to see slightly more results of it, or you're going to see slightly slower results from it. But the results always come from the action. So as we start this August, or wherever you're at, choose the time to be consistent and build 1 month at a time being consistent in your action. Because what I can tell you right now is, if you're looking at this in August, and again, this can be played out at any time of the year, your January is going to be built on the action you do right now and the consistency you show. So August to January, that can be what you build. So the last thing I want to encourage you all as you watch this is, people are looking for health. There's an abundance of people that we need to help. How big can you dream, and how consistent can you be in these steps? Because there is no slow time. There's only the times that you planted less seeds and you're seeing less or more of the harvest. So that's the power of consistency. And what I can tell you from helping so many people do the same thing is, you have no idea what the momentum of a 6-month period like this can create over the next 12 months if you're continuing to be consistent and you duplicate along the way. So hopefully this serves you. That is the power of consistency. And I hope you guys take a few minutes to dream about, like, wow, maybe you're a new executive director, or maybe you're a new senior coach. Sorry about that. Maybe you're a new senior coach. if you just be consistent, if you're consistent over the next few months, what will this create? If you can fathom bringing on 5 to 7 clients a month and 1 coach a month, what you can build over time is more than what you can even imagine. So with that being said, sorry about that. Let's see, wrap up here. Don't stop the action when the bucket's overflowing. That's what we're talking about with gas on the fire. Keep taking steps and make the decision to be consistent daily. People are looking for help, and you are their answer. Dream big, do the steps, and see the lives change from the ripple effect.